Good day and welcome to Iceland Roundup.
Hello.
Where the three of us try to round up the last week of Icelandic news.
And that's going to be...
Sisyphean labor.
It is.
Yeah.
Thanks for the Greek myth mention.
Everyone knows that one. I don't think it's very impressive anymore.
Do you want
to... Show in the comments how many people know what Sisyphus' deal
Raise your hand in the comments.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
To Sisyphus. Like and subscribe to Sisyphus, but not to us. We can't take credit for that.
Got any more Greek stuff you want to drop in there?
No, but now I am curious what Sisyphus' YouTube channel looks like.
I think it's an uphill struggle.
A lot of ambient music.
Yeah.
Try to take his mind off things. Podcasts. You get so much listening done.
Happy belated Easter. The Grapevine store.
Oh, yay.
Now has a bunch of Easter eggs. Nobody bought access. It's access Easter eggs.
This isn't from the evil chocolate company, is it?
It's from the Norwegian company.
Evil?
Yeah.
Which one is that?
Oh, no, it's not. The evil one is the... Yeah, never mind. I'm not going to say it on camera.
There's an evil...
Can you whisper it in my ear?
Are you talking about Nestle?
Well, now we are talking about Nestle. Yeah, I think Nestle made my coffee machine, which is kind of a shame, but... I don't... Yeah.
So,
well, it's not mine, is it? It's my wife's, so I can't talk shit about it.
Every year, just after Easter, somebody complains about...
I love the lid. I ate the lid first.
Yeah.
It's like a solid chunk of chocolate.
Somebody complains about the Icelandic idioms that you get with the Easter eggs.
Yeah, please, can we not?
Can we not complain about it?
No, I hate those so much. You're going to read it, aren't you?
Why?
Oh,
They're offensive. Just the stupidity of them. Like, it hurts my brain. I honestly don't read mine anymore. I burn them. They just make me mad.
Burn them?
Yeah.
That seems like...
This is the lowest form of writing in Icelandic.
You haven't read any of my stuff.
No, every year somebody complains. And it becomes
your novel that you're working on? Or?
Yes.
Oh boy, okay.
And it's always the same, like, people get something and they go like, is this really an Icelandic idiom? And then somebody calls somebody at the university and they have an opinion. And then somebody calls somebody at the chocolate factory and they will say something like, oh yeah, well, we've just been using the same list of idioms for 40 years. I don't know. Every year.
Yeah, maybe it's time
evergreen.
And that kind of rounds up this week's news.
Yeah.
I think that when AI starts to actually replace writing, or AI as people call it, it's basically just, word salad.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when that starts replacing writers, these motherfuckers will be the first to lose their jobs. Like, tell me a computer couldn't write whatever horseshit you have.
Well, teltu vini þína þegar þú ert í nauðum staddur.
Teltu?
Teltu vini þína. Count your friends when you're in trouble.
Oh, geez, what pith, what depths of profound knowledge. Yeah, it's good to have good friends.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
At least
yes,
fortune
this
cookies.
is his holiday.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ's holiday.
Yeah, I take his name in vain with a purpose. Yeah. It's not just some random cursing that flies out of my mouth.
No.
Yeah, this is the weekend where he died for all of our sins.
At least fortune cookies have lottery numbers. Why don't these have lottery numbers? Huh? Iceland loves the fucking lottery.
I guess
yes.
We buy tons of lottery tickets.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have a lottery subscription.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's...
I didn't know you could do that, so you don't have to stand in line.
No. Yeah. You just buy it online. It's like one...
Now I'm even madder at the people buying lottery tickets in the line ahead of me at the store. Because it always takes forever. It's like the longest process. I don't know why. It's like baffling.
Where are you shopping?
Krampus.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I guess people also like take their time because they have their own numbers, I guess, sometimes.
But you must know them by heart by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think it would be easy. It's just like, yeah, I guess...
Like 5, 21,
how old am I again?
27.
Yeah. How many kids do I have? I gotta call my wife.
It's 5 numbers,
yeah.
Right? It's 5 different things. It's kind of hard to remember for some people, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember 5 different things, but this is why I write things down.
Isn't it 6 numbers? Is it 5?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he can't remember.
I don't know. It's just a subscription I bought like 10 years ago, and it's for like this ein lína was single row,
single line in the lottery.
In Vikingalotto, the Viking.
Yeah,
lottery.
I wanted to talk about the Viking lottery. So is that
Haven't
like
they rebranded that? Isn't it called something else now?
No, it's just Viking Lotto, not Vikinga. So
they just worse grammar, same lottery.
Yeah, basically.
they have to use something else that Scandinavian countries have in common? Because it's like anyone in Scandinavia can play, right?
Yeah.
That's the shtick.
Well,
and I know my numbers, unfortunately, so I cannot like cancel the subscription because then I'm like convinced that if I do, then I
Your
will
numbers
win.
will pop up.
So it's really a curse.
and I'm assuming this is not financially self-sustainable.
No, it isn't. But it's like 150 kall, 150 krónur each
A week.
Yeah.
Like $1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, wait a minute, what is that a year?
Wow, I didn't realize your salary was that low. Like that you can't afford like
No, it's
150 krona a week.
No, I can't afford it, but it's like
It's $50 a year.
I'm in the middle class, Sindri.
Yeah, it's not financially sustainable in the sense that you've yet to see any of the money come back to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm spending more money than I'm
It's a
receiving.
one-way deal so far. Yeah.
So some various.
I spend a lot more than 150 krona on a week on stuff that I know I will never see back in any physical form. So I think you're doing fine.
Thank you.
Various sort of
So financially responsible.
various government and non-government organizations sort of settle, not lottery, but it's called something else. What is it called again?
What? Happiness?
Yeah,
It's like
I don't know what it is.
Hattrætti háskólans.
raffle.
What's the word?
Yeah, it's like and the money goes to the university.
Yeah, so it's the thing you can also subscribe to, but they sort of, you
I mean, that's still a lottery. I think they have stuff like that in England, and they still just call them lotteries.
I guess it's just a lottery then.
Yeah.
Because I subscribed to that for a while, and that was actually self-sustainable.
Oh, it
I
was?
made just almost as much as I put into it.
Wow.
Almost enough to pay for the books you need at university.
No.
So-
I mean, just the whole thing sort of paid for itself. I was lucky enough to win once or twice. Over
So
a 10-year
you-
thing.
You got me into the university.
I did?
The
Yeah.
university lottery? Or
No, the University of
itself?
Iceland. Yeah.
All right.
I was like, I want
With
to go
your
to
contribution.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to get in. I didn't finish mentaskóli.
Oh.
I didn't have a studentspróf. And he was like, oh, you can get an exception because they love the Grapevine. Just tell them that you work at Grapevine and they'll let you in. And I did, and they did. And I got my BA in literature and linguistics.
I had
Wow.
no idea.
Well, thanks, man.
Well, you are very welcome. I think
What do you think?
I'm shocked and happy.
This is the first time the Grapevine's had a positive impact on anyone's life.
Yeah, as far as I know, it's been an absolute shit show for me. Well,
That's good. I will say this thing because I talk a lot of shit about Iceland on this show. We make a damn good milk chocolate.
yeah, it's not bad.
I've always been a fan of Icelandic milk chocolate, and some of our chocolate bars are dynamite.
Yeah, the best one? Sæla.
Sila.
Oh, I should probably start selling that in the Grapevine store. I know what you're talking about.
Sæla is just like,
Happiness would be the
Yeah,
translation?
they're selling happiness. Yeah.
but it's pretty much the same as Þristur.
I mean, Sila is a little more than happiness. Sila is like bliss.
Bliss.
Yeah.
And it is.
Is it bliss?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I've even had it. The name isn't ringing a bell.
It's the same, like, same chocolate, same licorice as in Þristur.
Oh.
But it's like a thick licorice borði.
Oh, like a thicker licorice.
Yeah, and then just in chocolate.
It's very good.
I kind of like how the licorice is understated in the Þristur, actually. I like that it's more chocolate than licorice.
Okay.
All right, this is the last episode we'll ever do together. This is an unhealable rift.
Is that opinion you can have as an Icelander?
That I'm not that great a fan of licorice. I think it should be done in moderation.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the opinion of someone who has a mild intolerance for licorice.
Yeah, okay.
But I
have a mild intolerance to people who have intolerance for licorice.
It's not, let's put it this way, it's not the most unpopular opinion I have.
No, we've also talked about the fact that the Aðalsteinn shouldn't be eating all that licorice.
No.
It's bad for your blood pressure.
It is, yeah.
Yours specifically.
So good.
I get a little woozy sometimes if I have too much licorice. Like I have to sit down.
I actually have a friend who, when we were teenagers, he ate so much licorice, he got licorice poisoning and was like...
this sounds like an Icelandic thing.
Paralyzed from like the chest down for 2 or 3 days.
No. Were you guys growing up in Hafnarfjörður?
No, it wasn't Breiðholt.
Of course.
So I would buy. You could buy.
They don't do anything in moderation.
No.
There was when the Apollo licorice factory was still a thing.
Yeah.
In Hafnarfjörður.
Yeah.
You could buy the cut-offs. A kilo of cut-offs for like
Oh yeah.
for like 100 kroner or something in the 90s.
You can still do it at Kólus as well. It's
They do it too.
The ones that produce Þristur
Cool.
and Blitz.
Mm-hmm.
No, I got it.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
See, there's a second cup of
Gosh, you have
coffee.
long arms. Yeah.
Oh wow. And you know how when you're a kid you can almost eat anything and it won't really affect you.
Yes.
And it's similar to like
Except in this case.
it's
It
similar
really
like
affected him.
it's similar to like I don't know the first times you got drunk and you didn't really get hungover, right? Similar thing, you know. Once you
for
finally
like the first 10 years almost. Probably.
yeah, and then finally you get
Depends on
hungover
when
and
you
it's a
stop
massive
Yeah, this is true.
and then you get hungover and it's a massive shock, right? It's like what the fuck is this?
Yes.
And then for the like and
Yeah, that first really bad one is you don't forget that one.
no, and then you find out it's just it's a new chapter. You're not going to be able to avoid this. This is what happened with me and licorice. I was buying these kilos for like $1 or something. And it's the first sort of physical experience of my youth of like realizing that I had overdone it.
You're like, what could possibly be wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. It's like, shit, the 2.5 pounds of licorice, right?
Terrible. Well, on the topic of Easter, as all good Catholics know, Pope Francis died on the second. Was it not Easter Day?
No,
Not
second
Easter,
day of
Easter
Christmas.
Sunday.
You're
It was
clearly
Monday.
not a good Catholic.
Last Monday.
Yeah, last Monday. I wish I were a better Catholic.
How many Catholics do you know, roughly off the top of your head?
Well, Bo Hall, the musician, is a Catholic.
You're like tight
He
buds
is.
with him.
No, but I think it's kind of cool.
You know of him.
You know of him. I'm just trying to give foreigners a gauge of like how widespread Catholicism is here.
Not incredibly not widespread.
We have a lovely Catholic church, though. I've
Yeah.
always thought Lenthakoth was our prettiest church.
Yeah.
It's the only sort of properly black metal church we have.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Gothic.
Our Minister of Foreign Affairs, she's Catholic.
She is?
Yeah.
Really?
Which one?
Þorgerður Katrín.
Þorgerður is a Catholic.
Yeah.
Wow, I
Okay.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's a rarity.
That's why I'm here, to educate you on who's Catholic and who's not.
So that's why you're here. Okay, cool.
So she's just like JFK
She is, yeah.
in many ways.
Most ways.
I can't wait I can't wait when the bimbo scandals start coming out. Þorgerður's bimbos. Þorgerður's affairs with famous actresses.
Yeah. Who
Okay, they're not exactly the same.
Oh man, I was getting all pumped. I was like, yeah, this is getting good.
The president of Iceland got into hot water, kind of like almost like the same, probably the same people whining about it as whining about the idioms and the Easter eggs. But
There is like a crossover between
there is
these
a crossover.
Further evidence that I would probably not be a good president.
But on Monday, according to the president of Iceland, while she was sugarcoating potatoes.
Yeah.
She was trying to
Don't
post.
sugarcoat it.
She was trying to post something in remembrance of Pope Francis.
Which is always referred to in Icelandic as Frans Páfi.
Frans Páfi.
Yeah.
Páfi is what we've called the Pope since the 9th century or something.
Is this an international thing that, in all countries they have like their own version of the name for royalty and the Pope?
I think generally people have, like, for the title, there's a, like...
No, I meant like the name. Like we call him Frans.
Oh!
Just like we call, the King of Denmark,
Friðrik.
yeah.
I have no idea. I assume there's some spelling variations.
And Charles is Karl.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've always done that.
We have Icelandic names for most of the dinosaurs as well, which I think is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's kind of rare.
No, we have a lot of...
We started running out pretty quickly, though, because it was like Brachiosaurus was like Finngálkn, which is like a really metal like beast. Yeah. And then they discovered, I don't know what it was, like Cedosaurus or something, and they were like, Finngálkn's bróðir, like Finngálkn's brother. It's pretty paltry, sort of. You see the evolution as they run out of stuff.
It slid downhill really quick.
There's like 50 trölleðla as well. There's like troll lizard.
Troll lizard.
Yeah.
No, we have a lot of place names we still kind of hang on to sometimes for European capitals and towns and rivers.
Kænugarður.
Yeah, kind of get it for
Lundunir, Kaupmannahöfn.
Lundunir, Kaupmannahöfn, Dyflin for Dublin.
Dyflinir. Dyflinni. It sounds so classy. It's like a...
Dyflinni, it sounds better than it is.
Yeah, and I mean...
It's like a, like a classy suburban housefrau with expensive coats and makeup. Yeah.
And then we have Mikligarður.
Yeah, for Constantinople, which is called now Istanbul.
The Great Garden.
The Great Garden. Didn't we talk about this?
Mikligarður.
Yeah.
Oh, we have.
Are we in the deja vu phase of the show already?
Maybe. No, I find that hilarious because I think I assume like Scandinavians were coming to Constantinople probably by the 8th or 9th century AD, and Scandinavia in the 8th or 9th century.
Are we rolling?
We are.
Okay, that's good.
I just got a panic attack.
Yeah, Scandinavia.
Sorry, thanks for checking. No, thank you.
Scandinavia in the 8th or 9th century had no urban centers whatever, like nothing, no towns. There were like trading stations like Birka or Hedeby in Denmark, but nothing, no permanent towns. So if you had traveled to Constantinople and then back home to your mom in Scandinavia, how would you explain the greatest city in the world to your mom who had never seen a city or even heard of one? And I think this comes back to the name of Constantinople being Mikligarð, or the Great Garden, or more directly translated, the Great, either the Great sort of wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's what Garður actually means.
Or great farm, because Garður can also mean farm. So the thing within the wall.
Mom, it's like the biggest farm you've ever seen. And that just goes on forever.
That's basically, I think, how that came about.
Yeah.
And what do they farm there? Oh, I don't know.
A lot of stuff, Mom.
Severed heads.
Yeah. So I think it's like, I think it's a contextual problem, linguistical contextual problem.
Yeah.
We call this the Great Farm or something.
Our fucking word for the color orange is appelsínugulur, which is the kind of yellow that oranges are. Like, and this is like a really, we say this like every day. We use this word, like appelsínugul, like. It makes you think about like how late we must have first seen that color.
Yeah, very late.
Yeah.
But also like some translations have kind of gotten effed up.
You want to finish your chocolate?
Sorry.
So we should do the whole episode with full mouths.
Stuff like bílaleigubíll.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite. Do you know what you call a person who rents a rent-a-car?
Bílaleigutæki.
Bílaleigutæki.
someone who, like a rental car renter. No, a car renter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bílaleigutæki.
Yeah.
Bílaleigubíll, leigutæki. Leigutæki.
It's the most roundabout, circular language, and I think that sort of says a lot. I feel like, because I've done a lot of translating, like, screenplays and stuff like that, and just, like, getting Icelandic dialogue right is so tricky, because we say so much without saying anything at all. It's like all these conversations about, like, absolutely nothing. And it's kind of hard to... Icelandic dialogue in movies has long been sort of a source of frustration because it's hard to sort of move the story along, but also sound realistic. Because, like, no real Icelandic conversation is about anything of substance. It's always just like, people kind of dodging the issue.
Are you saying that the weather is not substantial?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, if you want to go that route, I mean, I think that's... I'm sure maybe someone's already done that, where, like, they actually impart the story through a series of conversations about the weather. Like, maybe that's like an artistic hook there, but...
That would be a way of trying to do it. But back to the point here. So...
Are we missing the point?
Yeah, we completely skipped the point.
Okay.
We started talking about...
but that's
the
the first time.
It's never happened on the show before. And then we've started pointing out that we have Icelandic names for a lot of stuff, especially in Europe.
Yeah.
So,
are you talking about Pope Francis?
yeah, we're still talking about Pope Francis. So our president Halla,
May he rest.
while apparently sugarcoating potatoes
Yes.
on Monday, was trying to,
Is this the proverb?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a little pixie stick. I thought there was going to be like sugar dust in there.
Mm.
Do you want it?
I want to read it.
Yeah.
And you want to burn it.
Yeah. I mean, for entertainment purposes, you can read it to me and I'll hate it. But normally, I would ask you not to do that.
That's so entertaining. You hating stuff.
I've been told it is.
So she was trying to make an official presidential post on Facebook, and this goes to show how small the office of...
Is it the same one he had?
President is?
Sjaldan launar kálfur ofveldi.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it is.
What does that even mean?
Well, it means if you basically, like, nobody will...
Spare the rod, spoil the child?
No, not really. It doesn't really do that. It's more like, if you treated somebody excessively well, they will usually not...
You won't get that in return.
No. So I guess
what I don't like about these is they seem to be imposing like moral standards on people.
Oh yeah, every single one of them, yeah.
I kind of don't like that. Why
you don't like moral standards?
No, I don't. Controversial opinion, but like moral standards have done more harm than good.
Speaking of, what you were saying about
I'm
the
really
Catholic
sorry.
Church.
I'm really sorry. The president and the Pope, right? Okay.
Moral standards.
Okay.
Yeah. So, as you guys may know, but not a lot of people, the president of Iceland does not really have a lot of staff, and a lot of the stuff they do, they have to do themselves, right?
Yep.
Like sugaring the...
And among those things is to officially...
Her husband is like a health cook or something.
Which is why I guess she was sugarcoating the potatoes. He won't do it.
Yeah, because
he was draining the fat from the lamp.
Yeah, right.
He would have been sugaring the potatoes with stevia or something.
Yeah, so she was writing
yeah.
an official presidential post in memory of the Pope.
Oh, you really want to finish this?
I should finish this.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
It's kind of like... And instead of saying Frans Páfi, which is what you say when you're talking about the Pope, Páfi being the title in Icelandic, she just said Pope Francis, and the internet went wild with indignation.
Mm-hmm.
She then...
Doesn't take much to set him off, does it?
No, then she was trying to claim that she had been trying to tag Pope Francis and failed. Which sounds... I don't know. mildly implausible, but whatever.
It's also
I mean-
kind of insensitive, isn't it? It's like the point was for people to see this, rather than me to like offer my condolences
Yeah, I guess so.
to Catholics.
But someone has figured out that Pope Franz Paui, did not have any presence on Facebook, but he had an Instagram page, which wasn't called Pope Francis. It was like Franciscus, like his
Okay.
Latin name.
Like-
So it's like, how are you gonna
Tag Pope Francis.
with the words Pope Francis?
No, that's
Was it like selfies
yeah.
of him in the Pope Mobile, or
Yeah, I think so.
cool? I'm into that.
Well, I mean,
I would really like to try the Pope Mobile,
Yeah, I think it goes. I mean, it goes really slow, right?
but I'm into slow living.
Yeah.
So
slow waving too.
slow waving, driving the south coast of Iceland in the glass like thing,
Getting
Just-
real sweaty.
looking at things.
Didn't they?
I mean, it's Rome. It must have amazing air conditioning. Actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Didn't they get the glass, like bulletproof glass Pope Mobile after the assassination attempt of Pope John Paul II in 1981 or something? Do you remember this?
I remember reading about it
Yeah,
In what, 90?
81. I
in
think.
'81.
Were you alive in 1980?
Yeah. I'm born in 1931.
Yeah, and that same guy ended up having ties to like Al Qaeda or something. This is why I was reading this.
Al Qaeda didn't exist then.
Yeah, I know, but like that guy,
Later on,
yeah.
Found
Like
his
he-
way into a terror
I
group.
can't remember.
What the shock.
Wow.
We're not here to
no.
regurgitate
But did you-
Wikipedia articles.
I'm
but-
sure you guys knew who was the last sort of official
I wish.
visitor of Pope Francis.
What, who was?
Who was the last person he sort of officially received?
Yeah, that moron with the beard. What's his name?
Oh, that guy.
J.D.
JD. Yeah.
Vance,
Yep.
whom I'm told was being scolded by some cardinal on the orders of Pope Francis for not being a very good Catholic.
Is he a Catholic?
Yeah, well, that's what he says. He
Okay.
self-identifies as a Catholic.
It's
Yes.
funny how, when it comes to that, like they respect people's right to self-identify as this or that, but
He probably self-identifies also as an Irish American or something,
yeah.
which is kind of weird because he isn't born there or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I identify as a Finnish Icelander.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think
I
we
mean, on
talked about that
this
before, didn't we?
podcast, you are free to do
Yeah,
the whatever identification thing you want.
thank you.
That's absolutely fine by us.
Am I then free to identify as a moral standards disliker?
Now,
Do I have that right?
If Aðalsteinn can grant you that right, you can have it.
So it's like, this is like a vote thing. We all have to agree.
It's Aðalsteinn's right as a Finnish Icelander to either grant or not grant such rights.
Well, if then I identify as a Finnish Icelander, does that give me the right to?
Hey, high five.
Yeah. Hey.
You are now blood brothers.
Cool. And now
Very
I
good.
can be against moral standards.
Yes.
And you can do nothing about it
No.
because of my Finnish Icelandic privilege.
Yes.
So tomorrow is the first day of summer in the Icelandic calendar.
And it's going to be freezing.
It's like
Tonight.
usual, it's going to be
First
shit.
day of summer. Like, I mean, someone told me this was invented by the unions, right? This is like the first day that you're legally allowed to take a summer vacation or something like that. That's how it got
No,
started.
that's like
May 2nd.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what's the deal with the first day of summer?
I think it's just somebody's terrible sense of humor.
I mean, if it is a joke, I gotta say, that's not a terrible sense of humor. That's a pretty fucking funny joke. Like the marching band out there in the wind and the rain. Like, it gets me every time.
Yeah, it's pretty much always cold, windy, and
Sometimes snowing.
yeah.
God, I love this country. But I mean, we've had some great weather last few days,
But this is like when it's vorjapdagur.
that's come and gone. That's
That's the
January, February, March. That's March 21st
Something,
or something.
Yeah, okay,
That's
so
gone.
it isn't like connected to that.
No.
To me, that's when spring starts in Iceland.
Yeah.
To me, it's spring until sumarsolsta, honestly. But that's,
Yeah.
a general rule that I like to abide to.
like because we live in this part of the island where the sort of seasons don't seem as distinct as they seem to be in like the north and the east. I find this whole thing just to be one long slug.
We have like almost winter.
No seasons, just
a very long slug.
Yeah. Well, one single season that just kind of mixes.
Do you know if you take
we have
the
almost
longest
winter,
slug in the world and you lay it out
fall.
end to end, it could cover the ring road?
Yeah, but it's kind of like almost winter and then almost spring and then almost summer and then almost fall. So
no, we never get almost summer.
Don't be ridiculous. I can't take credit for this. Someone tweeted this a couple of years back. I think like had a nyhetismur or something where he was like saying that he hopes summer falls on a weekend this year.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
Yeah, like in the news on Bylgjan yesterday, Sigurður Þór Ragnarsson,
I
the
love
Icelandic...
that you said on the news and then you corrected yourself on Bylgjan.
Yes, on the nearly news.
On a radio thing yesterday, I think. Sigurður Þór Ragnarsson, a weatherman by trade.
The weatherman.
The weatherman.
Yeah.
Also known as
gunman by reputation.
Also known as Siggi the Storm, which would be a great name for a gunman. He said that there are no odds of the summer in Iceland being as wet and as cold as last year.
Okay.
So this is
no wonder he carries a gun.
So this is great news, except for the fact that last spring this same weatherman
said the same thing, and everyone tried to kill him.
He was pretty convinced that the last summer would be the best summer for a while, and it was the worst summer in 3 decades at least. So I'm kind of worried whether or not we're gonna...
I listened to this. It was actually on FM 957, which is a great radio station.
Good.
And they called him where he is staying.
Champions of...
In Spain.
Mediocrity.
Giving this prediction. It's like...
Yeah, it's looking good here from Spain. I can almost see a cloud.
It doesn't feel like it has like a skin in the game here.
No, definitely not.
I mean, if you were making predictions about, the weather in Iceland, I think you would be living in Spain as well.
Yeah.
People get so pissed about it. It's unbelievable. I feel like still you're complaining about the weather, like still?
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. Like, how can you not have just given up having any faith in the weather here? Like, how can you retain your sanity? Well, I guess people don't. Was that you?
Yeah.
Okay.
My stomach.
Okay.
I'm getting hungry.
You're watching us eating Easter eggs.
Sorry.
No, I can't start with my day, like, it can't be the first meal of my day.
Yeah.
An Easter egg.
No, I agree. I just did that and it's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, the suffering comes later, but,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to put you in this position.
Well, I mean, I remember had like a very lengthy discussion on social media, I don't know, last year or the year before, that we should simply, because of the weather and because how different it is between like sort of Reykjavík and other parts of the country, and we may have discussed this before, we should simply move the capital of Iceland to a spot which has better weather, better seasons.
Yeah, we should really, like, at Egilsstaðir,
Yeah.
we get the warmest summers.
Yep.
And the most snowfall. And it's like in an area of Iceland that there's a 0 chance of volcanic activity. You don't get earthquakes. So
it's just winning, hashtag winning.
yeah.
To be fair, like, earthquakes in Reykjavík are generally quite mild and harmless.
Yeah, I mean, earthquakes in Iceland in general are harmless.
But I mean, we're
But I like this idea. I'm always in favor of anything that moves more people away from the spot we're sitting.
It's not entirely crazy. Because
So you're going to stay?
No, I mean, I
What's
might
the
not.
capital?
If I'm given enough incentive, I will leave this town for sure.
I mean, the Met Office put out a report not too long ago where they were talking about having to maybe build berms to protect Reykjavík from a volcanic eruption in the next few years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean, in case we will have a volcanic eruption that destroys infrastructure here, it might be at least a consideration to build somewhere else instead of rebuilding here.
Yeah, how about that? What a brilliant idea.
But that's like the history of Iceland. It's like we always build our houses where we know that avalanches fall and there's going to be earthquakes and eruption. I mean, the town of Grindavik is built in a known
fisherline, or yeah.
I mean, it's because of the fish, right? I mean, we built all these kaupstaðir, to be.
Yeah, but there's a lot of places around Iceland where there used to be
like fjords make great harbors, but yeah, in terms of avalanches, they're terrible places to put towns.
Yeah, so like Grindavik is a good example of like, I think one of those geologists we interviewed last year said something to the effect like, the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away about Grindavik.
That's what you want to hear a scientist say, for sure.
And he was pointing out that the reason why there's a town in Grindavik is because there's like a I don't know what you call these, sort of like a valley, like a
sinkhole.
We're like a, I don't know. So there's like a fault line there, which means that a part of like the fault line is the reason why there's a really good harbor there. It is also the reason why the town is basically not a place you can live in anymore.
It created the harbor, the natural harbor.
The natural harbor, and then it made it so that
for the fishing. Again, like I'm saying, and then we built all these towns because it's conveniently.
But you can also just like have the harbor and build the town next to it.
Don't be ridiculous.
Really? It's a novel.
It's like an amazing thing.
I mean, it sounds
this man has the ideas.
Yeah, you're saying we should do things like we could build a town and transport infrastructure next to it, but not in the middle of it.
Yes.
Kind of like that we might conceivably...
There's still going to be some fucking real estate shithead just being like, hey, buy some great land right here on the
we actually like...
So conceivably we could have an airport somewhere else than in the downtown area of Reykjavík.
Yeah, but that's like the Brits' fault.
Yeah, that's true. They built that thing in the 1940s.
Thanks, Churchill.
They built this
piece
city.
of shit on bullshit.
Right, because I was going to try to... I was going to...
The Weird Al Yankovic of my time.
I was going to kind of segue this into the fact that Akureyri now has 7 international flights a week.
Gross.
What do you guys think about that?
What?
Say something distracting.
Akureyri has 7 international flights a week now.
I'm gonna just hold on. Keep talking.
Yes, but
anyway,
is that for the locals? Because I can't really imagine tourists traveling to Iceland wanting to arrive at Akureyri.
I think it's a great spot.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the northern part of Iceland and Akureyri. I mean, I went to university at Akureyri.
Yeah.
I like the place, but if you're coming to Iceland, wouldn't you want to see Reykjavík? You want to see the volcanoes?
Yeah.
We don't really have any volcanoes in the northern part.
Well, Krafla is there.
It's not...
Near Húsavík.
Yeah, but then...
I think there's a lot of...
You can see the volcanoes from a helicopter, which you can take from...
From Akureyri too? Yeah, okay.
I kind of like the idea of like...
That sounds like a bitchin' helicopter ride, actually. Yeah. Like if you're going to do some sightseeing, like that, you'll see some shit.
You can also drive through like the Highland.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Kjálvegur.
If you have a Jeep.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I actually have acquaintances that took a wrong turn. We were gonna go camping, meeting us at a campsite close to Flúðir, and then they just drove and were complaining about the road. No. And then they saw a sign. It's like Akureyri.
No.
Yeah, okay.
That's one wrong turn though.
Yes.
But at some point you must question your non-turn.
It's just a fun car ride, they said.
Being lost in a foreign country though is such a head fuck. It's just like... Am I?
Oh, they were just born in Breiðholt.
Yeah. Well, all right. I mean, yeah. It's an alien world out there.
No, I think it's nice
as well.
I think it's kind of nice to diversify and get tourists to fly to other parts of the country than the southwest.
Oh, that's why you're so like speaking so positively about it.
Yeah, I mean,
You want the people listening to.
yeah, think about the options. Like you can take an EasyJet flight from the UK to Akureyri.
Yeah.
Nice change.
But it's. Did you know that sometimes it's cheaper to get a ticket on EasyJet to London from Akureyri than from Akureyri to Reykjavík?
That does not surprise me.
Yeah, I still remember. I will never forget that post where they were talking about how shitty the buses are here.
Yeah.
Because it costs what to go to, like, take the bus from here to Akureyri? Like, I don't know, like 30,000 or something equally ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, like if you wait for the right deals on EasyJet, like you could go to Gatwick and then back for less money than taking the bus.
And you could actually go with some like deals, as you mentioned. You can go Akureyri to London, London to Keflavík for cheaper than just go Akureyri to Reykjavík.
Yeah. And you'd get to stop at the duty free and buy some whiskey.
Do they include the flight bus in these calculations?
I'm not sure.
Because I think that's gonna mess up your
Yeah,
plans
it
a
could
bit.
be. But then you have like a fun weekend in Keflavík. No one believes that.
No, that's unfair. There's fun to be had in Keflavík for sure.
Yeah, you can go and like on a
More
walking
fun
tour
than
about-
Gatwick.
I tried.
Or Luton. Have you been there?
Yeah. Grim.
I tried going out in Keflavík twice about 25 years ago, and I gave up after the second time.
It's like if you go to this like shoppa, what's it like?
Yeah,
how
like
can you
a
explain Icelandic shoppa in English?
roadside gas
Like-
station meets sandwich
Yeah, but
hamburger place. I don't know.
no gas to be had.
No, it's true. Shoppa.
Shoppa.
What is a shoppa? Deli? Like a shitty deli?
Delis are usually kind of nicer than like just a store because they'll have like a meat counter and shit.
Yeah,
like
this is-
Melabúðin is a deli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, but
what
if
it
you
is.
go and you buy a grilled sandwich with vegetables, it actually has ham in it as well. If you buy it in Keflavík.
Yeah, you
It
if
says
you
a
have the
lot.
word grilled sandwich, you're legally obligated to have meat in it of some
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah, Keflavík is, I don't know. The Grapevine has usually called Keflavík the Detroit of Iceland. I don't know whether or not that's accurate, but
Because of all their
The amphetamines. Yeah.
auto industry.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think maybe it was because of this sort of what do you call it when cities kind of stop becoming cities like Detroit did for a while? What is it called? De-urbanizing?
RoboCop? No. I don't know what
No,
you're...
RoboCop is just an accurate prediction of the future of policing in America, right?
Not to mention Detroit.
Yeah. Anyway, I have one more thing here.
A lot more happened this week than I remember.
I don't really.
I feel that way every week.
I think we basically talked about nothing of substance. Nothing really happened during the weekend there. I feel like.
The president browning the potatoes.
It was
Yeah,
real sunny.
Sugar coating.
It was nice weather.
The summer came this weekend.
Yeah.
actually,
It was real sunny.
Chocolate eggs were lost and found. Sun was up. It was nice.
Some eggs melted.
Some eggs melted, probably.
Others were vomited.
Well, Orkuveitan, the Icelandic or the Reykjavík Energy Company, was saying that they plan to build windmills in Mosfellsey.
Yeah, the windmills.
Yes.
Which is halfway, well, sort of the high, well, not necessarily highlands, like the what is the English term for these? Heiði.
Yeah, I had to translate this a lot. I ended up just using the word plains, honestly,
I feel like there's a
because that's what they are.
I feel like there's a better word for this, which is used.
Yeah,
in
if you're like a geologist or
Sherlock
something.
Holmes novel or something.
And he is.
I'm not.
He is a Sherlock Holmes novel.
No, a geologist.
Oh,
Not on the mire,
what's he
but
asking
something
me
else.
for then? What?
Nah, never mind. The mire.
Mire? Now we're just making up words.
Do you remember the Baskerville Hound?
Of
story?
course, yeah. If you've read one of those fucking books, that's the one.
Yeah. Anyway, so
And I have read one of those books,
Yeah.
and that is the one.
that is one.
The same.
So they want to build what, 30 or something windmills on, and this is the area between Reykjavík and Þingvellir, Lake Þingvellir, where like on the Golden Circle.
A much driven road.
and they want to build these things, and they're going to be like more than 200 meters tall.
Mhm.
So we'd probably see them from Reykjavík, I assume?
We see them from Reykjavík and some places at Þingvellir. You
Yeah.
won't see them in Almannagjá, but
That's because you're in a fissure.
Yeah, you're in a
but
canyon.
Yeah, exactly. But that's like the main attraction at Þingvellir.
And then I guess
I think those things look cool. I'm into
windmills?
it. Yeah.
Windmills.
Yeah.
yeah, and then at the same time there's like the price of energy or electricity for the greenhouse farmers in Iceland has gone up by tens of percentages during the past couple of years. And I guess this is a discussion about energy of which we produce a lot, but I think the general population in Iceland uses 10% of the energy,
Not that much.
even less.
Most of the electricity is exported through like aluminum.
Yeah, so we make aluminium out of it, and then some other portions are used for like I guess for some data farming or something.
Yeah, but that's like a tiny portion.
Portion, and then some is used for greenhouse farming.
Even smaller portion.
And the price for these particular industries, at least the greenhouse industry, has been going up pretty fast. And there's been a lot of talk about us needing to create more ways of making energy by, putting up windmills or damming yet another river.
Always popular.
Always popular. And this is so we can transition into a green economy and all of that stuff. But at the same time, we kind of fail to have a discussion about what the hell we're using all this energy for.
And the green economy thing, because all energy produced in Iceland is like green, but because you have these certificates of origin or I think it's called that, but we sell those to like foreign companies.
Yeah.
So it's like it wasn't until last year that one of the aluminum smelters started buying these credits, these certificates, because they just said like, oh, we're using electricity produced in Iceland. We don't need any like certificates.
Which is objectively correct, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you can't say that and also sell the certificates to someone who is
were they selling them?
That's the beauty of capitalism. You can sell anything you want.
No, the energy company.
Yeah, right.
The energy company said like you can't you have to buy these credits or certificates.
Why have we put this layer of sort of, I don't know.
This makes a lot of money for.
Let me just answer that question before you finish it. And the answer is money.
Yeah, the answer is money, but it's kind of like, what is it talking about Catholic popes? What is it again that you buy for absolution?
Yeah.
What is it called again? Was it just called absolutions?
Green absolutions.
Yeah, this is just the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
No, not really, because the energy
it's like putting the Securitas sticker in your house, but not actually paying.
No, because you're just paying for like the voucher of something that's not true.
Yeah.
Just like if you're buying, absolution from sin, it doesn't make any sense.
Yes, it makes sense. The system is quite good.
No.
Yes, it is, because the electricity is produced from like renewable sources.
Yes, I know. But the point is,
and
like,
then you have one credit for each like megawatt stund.
Yeah.
You know the system. You know it's good.
The system. No, it's not good.
I'm getting so frustrated. I'm gonna rjúka á dyr.
You're gonna make a hard exit from.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I find it to be silly in many ways.
I find it to be genius.
Because technically, nobody in Iceland.
All the ways.
So according to the system, nobody in Iceland uses green energy except for like this one aluminum smelter who started paying for last year.
Homes.
Some homes do.
Yeah. I buy this.
I don't, because I don't believe in it. I think it's what is it, greenwashing? I think it's greenwashing.
No.
Yes.
That's what you do if you say, like you are saying, like, oh, the electricity is produced in a green way. I don't care about this. I'm not going to buy it. I'm still going to tell everyone that
like from a Lutheran moralistic point of view, I would say that
this is a Catholic show.
I would say that I would say that the whole green energy quota thing is very Catholic, and we need reformation.
Wow.
Anyway,
Oh my god.
what
You
about?
can't say that, right?
What?
No.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, you should say Jesus Christ because it's
Jesus
almost
Christ.
Easter.
Yeah.
What are we, the FCC now? You can say whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. I'm not gonna tell your God about it.
So hey God.
Yeah.
Okay, we're losing.
We're losing. If we have had any focus on this show today, we have lost
Why
it.
are you guys always harping about this focus and the point? Like it's fucking important. Like it's what people tune in to see. Like, oh yeah, I love how these guys stay on point the whole time.
But this is. But I have an
I'm
argument.
more than
here.
every minute of this.
I think to solve this, because I don't really like windmills, in my view. And I know this is not a
Like
popular-
not in your
I don't want to see them.
backyard.
No, it's not that. Thanks for putting that in.
But it is
there.
though.
No, I just don't.
You don't like them at all.
It's kind of like. Do you
So
remember?
you're not a NIMBY. You're just a Luddite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Thanks. Do you remember the people in Thorlagsöfn who didn't want some foreign company digging away their mountains and shipping it off?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
Yeah, it's kind of
feel
the
like I
same
was
thing. I like
drunk or
my
something.
mountains where they are.
Yeah.
But no one's
And I like
gonna
to see
take them away if it's like
No, it's kind of
What?
like building stuff.
Mr. Peabody's coal train is going to take them away.
So I have a solution. I have a solution to this problem,
okay,
which would
stop things.
which would which would I mean, we could talk about like just we just throw away one aluminum smelter and the problem is solved for indefinite
like
future.
thousands of years.
I'd
Yeah.
love to at least
Or-
try throwing away an
or-
aluminum smelter just to see what happens.
Or we could actually build something that will help out with the energy problem and create a lot of sort of high-paying, high-skilled labor jobs.
Like
We can
with-
build.
Are you talking about legalizing weed?
No. We'll build a nuclear plant in the Westfjords.
Are there like a lot of jobs created with one nuclear plant?
You've seen The Simpsons. There's like thousands of
There's
people working.
probably
on
like 2 or 3 or something.
Yeah,
I mean, it takes a lot of labor to build one, I guess. But I guess you need sort of very
that's
highly
gonna be
specialized.
outsourced.
I think the easiest part to sell about this is the labor needed to build it, because they're always looking for fucking construction projects in this country.
Yeah, but I think
They haven't met a construction project they didn't love.
that's true. But I think there would be at least a few very skilled people we would need to operate this place, and this would offer the University of Iceland the chance to start to have nuclear physics.
Say it. Say it now.
Nuclear physics.
Say
as a
it
part of the
3
curriculum?
times fast. Say it thrice.
They spend the
Thrice.
first week of their nuclear physics education learning how to say it properly.
Yeah, that would be a start.
Now
Yeah.
we have this Eiríkur Rögnvaldsson. He's professor of linguistics. He's going to teach you how to say it. And then we have to
Nuclear
find
physics, lesson 1.
a
Fricatives.
lot of Icelandic translations.
Oh,
Oh, good, yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
So I think there's great opportunity here that we're missing out. Also, the Westfjords have historically suffered from having the worst availability of electricity. This would
Yeah.
definitely solve that.
Yeah.
Also, they have no
Definitely.
eruptions and very few earthquakes, so it would be a great place to put up one of those
A
things.
lot of avalanches, though.
If you build it on top of a mountain, nothing can hit it from there, right?
So you want
Couldn't it
Well, you-
tumble down, though?
so
Could it,
because you don't like to build windmills on top of the mountains you could see from your house.
Yeah.
You are suggesting that we build a power plant on top of a mountain.
Jonti spent a lot of time looking at
Someone-
that mountain when he was a
someone
police officer,
else
and
can see
he's
from
done
their
looking at
backyard.
it.
I mean,
He
the
doesn't
mountain-
find
the
it
mountains
interesting
in-
anymore, and
So-
feels like it could really use a nuclear power plant.
Yeah.
So the thing is, if we sum it up, you don't want a power plant where you can see it, but you want it where you cannot see
Unlike
it.
windmills, you can build nuclear power plants into the top of the mountain, and they will not be.
So you literally want to ruin the mountain.
Is this one of those construction projects that people say if we had never become independent, if we were still under Danish rule, that the Danish might actually have done
Yeah,
here?
if we have asked them to, you
Yeah.
see how the Faroe Islands are tunneled out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How many nuclear power plants do they have?
They don't need any.
they have
if they want it, they probably
Get one.
get one.
Okay.
I don't
The
know.
Danes are really into the windmills.
Yeah, they really like the windmills.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the windmills look bitchin', to be honest. And like, I mean, it seems like this is a low stakes investment. Like, we try them out, and if they don't work, they don't build anymore.
But we have tried them out, like Landsvirkjun, I think, the national power company.
Beloved by all.
Yeah, they are.
They have been running windmills
In Sigalda or something.
In their
I don't remember what's it called, but they have like 1 or 2 windmills
Yeah, they've been
doing the
trying.
testing.
And have you any idea how that has been going? I don't know.
Only about 400 animals have died, so I think it's going all right.
but mainly birds. So.
Yeah. Who cares about birds?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I have never seen them from my house, so I'm fine with it.
I went to the Canary Islands once, and there I saw the big windmills from the place I was staying. I thought they looked awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit! You know, people can do that. They can just build one of those.
But me and Jónti, we live on the same street in Reykjavík.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I let him take the lead on fighting the windmills.
I would rather have a windmill where the Reykjavík airport is than the Reykjavík airport.
That's an idea.
Yeah. It would bother me less, honestly.
Well,
There'd be fewer planes and helicopters and, you know,
We
birds
also
squawking
like
at my house.
might be able to sell like advertising space on the windmills.
You
that
look
is
really quickly, you can sort of see the word Snickers on there.
No, they're gonna when they rotate, you're gonna see the.
Oh, like one of those frisbees
Yeah.
with the LED kind of. Yeah, awesome.
one of the things that has been very sort of surprising to me, because like having an office
Telling us
down
the
here,
lottery numbers and
Yes.
the Eurovision winners. Yeah.
with
Gonna
where
watch
this office is
Eurovision
located,
live.
you'll have the domestic airplanes sort of flying over here to land.
Yeah, really nice.
Really nice, and they are kind of like airplane shaped,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, they
there is
are.
advertising space on the bottom of the planes.
Yeah,
And
they actually use it.
I do not understand
can you
why.
imagine like the balls of advertisers just for pitching that idea?
I have no idea why nobody has advertised dildos on there, because that would make perfect sense.
Or
Blush.
like
yeah.
Some or Subway, like anything like lozenge shaped.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean-
that plane is making me hungry.
Yeah,
I don't even know why.
Subway would be perfect for this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. It's
Yeah.
like every now and then there's a flying sub, dildo, or something else.
Yeah, it just it speaks to the soullessness of advertising, though, doesn't it? It's like here's this really loud thing that, like, in order for anyone to actually see the ad, we would have to be projecting like unhealthy amounts of decibels, like at the human ear. But like, no, we're still gonna sell ad space on it.
But you can really like because the plane from Flugfélagið,
Yeah, Iceland. I think it's
Iceland
just Iceland Air now.
Yeah, okay.
Domestic.
The domestic arm of Iceland Air. They put their name on the bottom of it, and you can actually read it. They fly so low above the city center, like you could definitely you could put an essay on it. You can put a book on it, and people could read it.
Yeah, I think it's
I hate this whole idea that like something that is just like a service that has to have advertising on it, like our buses as well.
I'm not saying it has to, but it's just like I would be very amused if every Iceland Air domestic airplane would either be like painted with a subway on its bottom or a dildo.
Yeah, I think it would be more Icelandic, really. It
Yeah.
would say more about what kind of place this is.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking neoliberal paradise.
And it would be so fun if like you're flying on board the subway Bræðingur.
Yeah, I'll be coming in on the 12 o'clock sandwich.
That's an excellent idea. So instead of naming the airplanes after like what is it like?
It's just like I see the Snickers bars landed. No, I'm not on the Snickers bar. I'm on the sandwich. I'll be there in a minute.
We've been naming them after volcanoes, I think.
Yeah, which is a fucking weird idea.
Yeah, it's a really weird idea. Like Katla and Hekla and Eyjafjallajökull or
Like-
something like that.
Yeah.
As someone
But if
with
they're
like
called,
tremendous amounts of flight anxiety, like naming planes after mountains that explode has not helped
no,
me
but
get
naming
on
them,
them.
But it's like
having the
the
subway menu
BLT.
there, like the math, the BLT, that would be great.
Yeah, like I'm already more into it. It's just like, yeah, delicious
I would
sandwich.
definitely fly more.
Yeah,
I'm a little bit afraid of flying, but I would like.
Oh, I'm terrified of flying. Yeah.
No comment.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, it's it's not a logical thing. I think that's the definition of pathological. It's like if you're
so logical. If someone loses focus for even a second,
but that's the
shit's
cars
gonna
is
hit
the
the
same.
fan.
Like statistically, cars are much more dangerous than planes.
But that's because a lot more people are driving cars than flying planes.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't. That doesn't change the fact that you're more likely to die when you get in a car.
I've been in a car accident.
Yeah.
I lived through it.
Yeah.
I don't believe I would live through a plane crash.
No, probably not. I mean, these are the same thoughts that go through my head when I get in a plane. Like, I feel you, I do.
And it's so human to make mistakes, and this thing is operated by humans.
Yeah. We talked about this a while back, I think, but it's about the lack of control.
Yeah.
It's like you're not as afraid if you get into a car, because, you're going to be driving it, or, the person who is driving it, and you're there, and you're sort of familiar with it. But
sometimes
it's like in the plane,
that makes it worse, though.
Yeah.
To know the person driving.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely people in my life, I love them, but they cannot drive me anywhere. Like,
I think if you know the pilot, that sometimes won't project any sort of trust.
That kind of makes it worse, doesn't it?
It's like
I know this guy, and it's just like I saw him drop his car keys into a drain or something. It's like
or it's like it's Gunni, who I went to high school with, who would always be drinking the bong or something.
Yeah.
Pissing on the something,
on the women. Yeah. You don't want to do that.
What?
I don't know. Whatever you guys get up to in fucking boarding school, like, I don't fucking know.
Maybe peeing into trash cans and
I need to go now, guys.
And becoming leaders of the Progressive Party.
Yes, and this is it. Thanks for watching and listening. Aðalsteinn and Sindri, thanks for coming. See you next week. Sorry this episode was late. Bye-bye.
Yeah, blame Jesus. Thank you.
Jesus.
Yeah.